Hi, my name is Ronit Mukherjee and I'm an applications engineer with GoEngineer. In today's quick tip video, I want to be showing you how to create spur gears. Now, spur gears are the most common type of gears that are used in mechanical collaborations. I want to be showing you how we create these using SolidWorks. So over here, I've got a simple sketch that's done on the front plane. If I show you the sketch, let's take a look at the sketch. What I've done is, I've got a center line, and I've created half of this sketch, and I've mirrored the other half. And using some dimensions, I've been able to kind of create a fully defined sketch for the profile for our the spur gear. So if you notice, this is an IPS, of course. So we've got 3 inches overall, including the hole that we're going to see in the middle, and then of course some other dimensions over here to get this sketch fully defined. Now, in order to create a feature from it, I can either approve the sketch or go straight into the feature. And over here, have the option for revolve boss space. So I'm going to use the center line created over here to create my revolve. So as soon as I click the option right there, it's going to ask me, hey, what's my axis for revolution? And in that case, I can select this axis, and SolidWorks will show you a little preview of what it's creating. If you like what you see, you just go ahead and hit the green check, and here we see we've got our the main body for this spur gear created. Now, the gears, we need to have teeth all around here. So what we can do is we can create the first tooth, and then we can use our circular pattern option to create multiple versions of it. So in order to do that, what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and start a sketch on this plane. So I'll select the face, and I'll using my context toolbar, I'm going to go ahead and start my new sketch. Now, one common thing that I do, and I use it on a regular basis, is if there's a geometry that's already out there and you want to be utilizing it, the Convert Entity tool is a brilliant tool to work with. So if I select this edge of this gear, and if I hit Convert Entities, it goes ahead and it creates a circle around that model for me, so I don't have to dimension it at all. Next, what I'll also do is I'm going to create a center line, basically going from the center and all the way up till here. Then I want to create the shape of my tooth, and for this, what I'm going to use, I'm going to start with a 3-point arc where I can define my 2 points that they're going, and then the third direction kind of defines my curve. So I'll just keep it that way. Then I'll go ahead and grab my line tool. I'll create a straight line. And then again, same process. I'm going to go ahead and create my the second curve on the other side. So just right here, two clicks on the 2 endpoints, and the third click is defining how much of a curve we want. Now again, I want this to be symmetric about the center line. So what I can do is I can select these 3 options, the 2 arcs in the center line, and give it a make symmetric relationship. Also, one step forward, I can select the 2 arcs, and I can say, hey, you 2 are equal as well. So if I define a dimension on one of them, it changes the other one as well. Now, I'm also going to use my trim entities tool to kind of get rid of the entire circle. So we just have this section as our contour to make the cuts, the appropriate cuts at. Now let's go ahead and add some dimensions and some more relationships over here. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to select the center line of this line right here, and I'm going to make sure that it is actually placed at the center. So I think the symmetric relationships takes care of that. So let's just go ahead and add some dimensions to this cut right here. So this radius for this 3-point arc, I want to set it to 0.750 inches. I'll do that. The length of this cut needed to be around 2.625 from the center line. So what I can do is I can select this line, and I can select my center point, and I can define that value as about 2.625. Perfect. And 2 more. What I'm going to do is this length, I'm going to keep it at about 0.225. Make it a little smaller. and then of course this overall length as well. So I'm gonna put that at 0.515. That should give me a fully defined sketch. If you notice, all the lines are black, as well as if you look down here, you'll notice the sketch does say it's fully defined. Once the sketch is fully defined, I can use my extruded cut feature to remove material from there. In this case, I'll just do through all both, so it takes away material from basically all the entire profile there, and I'll just hit the green check. So here it is, my first, the tooth has been cut through. Now, what I want to do is I want to repeat this X amount of times about this circumference of this spur gear. In order to doing and making this cut again and again, what we can do is we can make a pattern of that cut. So in my features, under my linear pattern, select circular pattern, and just like in every other property manager that pops up on the left, it's going to ask you what's required basically. So the first box is asking for the direction of the circular pattern. So any of these circular edges should work in this case. So I'll just select this one, and you notice how selecting equal spacing, going 360 degrees around this spur gear, and now it boils down to how many cuts do I need to make. So let's bump it up. Let's go ahead and make about 24 cuts. And again, if you notice, in your features and faces, SOLIDWORKS already knew what to cut. In case this is blank, just go ahead and select the cut that we made from your feature manager tree, and you should see this video propagate. So once you see this preview, go ahead and hit the green check, and here you notice our simple but yet nice spur gear is ready. We can go one more step forward, and I can add a little keyway in here, and that's the same process as starting a sketch, making a square cut, and just cutting it through. But I think this kind of gives you an idea for if you guys are working with spur gears and you need to create these, what's the sketch that's required, and what process we go about doing this. So if you notice on my tree, I just have 3 simple steps. If I want to make the keyway, it's going to be another 1 step, but in about 4 steps I can kind of create a very simple spur gear. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.